Welcome to the Tori and Ren YouTube channel. Today we're going to be making one of these Pen Pal pencil cases. They look just like this. They have a nice zipper at the top. They're perfect for use at school, work, or just on the go. You can put one of these in your bag and put whatever you'd like inside. I have some school supplies in mine, and as you can see, it opens nice and wide on this side so you can easily put things inside without anything getting stuck. And it just closes up to keep everything nice and safe inside. So if you'd like to make one of these, you can keep watching this YouTube video. I have the full instructions and measurements in this video, or you can go to my Etsy shop down below and find the written instructions. Let's get started. Let's start by getting all of this out of the way. Starting off with materials, you're going to need 2 pieces of print A, measuring 2.5 high by 9.5 wide, and I'm using gingerbread fabric because I'm trying to get ahead of my holiday sewing, although it is only September. Next, you're going to need 1 piece of print A for your zipper tab, measuring the width of the zipper, so mine measures approximately 1 inch by 2.25. You'll also need 1 piece of print B, measuring 3.25 high by 9.5 wide. Now I'm using a faux suede material, but you can use anything like vinyl or even quilting cotton. Just be sure not to use anything directional because this will be folded and you don't want it to be upside down. From print C, you'll need 2 pieces measuring 3.25 high by 9.5 wide, and these 2 pieces will be for your lining. Finally, from your fusible fleece, you're going to need 2 pieces, one measuring 5.25 high by 9.5 wide, and the other measuring 2.5 high by 9.5 wide. Now I'm using Pellon 986F. It's a really lightweight fusible fleece, but if you would like some more stability or if you'd like to use something different, feel free to. The last thing you'll need is a number 3 or size 3 zipper measuring 8 3/4, and this is a continuous zipper sold by the yard. And when I say sold by the yard, I mean zipper tape that is sold like this, that you can cut down to size and insert your zipper pull. I've already added my pull to my zipper. Starting with our first sewing step, we're going to take our print B faux suede piece and one of our print A 2.5 by 9.5 pieces, and we're going to align the bottom edge of the print A piece with the top edge of the print B piece, and we're going to sew across using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now since this isn't stabilized and this is more stable, we're going to sew on this side. Once it's sewn, it'll look something like this. We're now going to open it up and give it a good press. We're going to press our seams either to one side or open. It's really up to you. Just make sure when using the iron that you don't put direct heat on this faux suede because it does have some plastic content and it may melt. Now that it's pressed, we're going to fuse the join piece that we just sewed and the print A piece measuring 2.5 by 9.5 with our corresponding pieces of fusible fleece of the same size. Now you're going to fuse the wrong side of the fabric to the bumpy or glue side of the fusible fleece. And we're going to use heat so that the glue melts and bonds the materials together. Taking my zipper, I'm now going to find the side that my zipper closes toward. So if I move my zipper this way, you see that it opens up, and if I move my zipper this way, it closes up. So this is the side that it closes toward. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open that side up, because that side isn't going to have a tab. This side is going to have our tab. Now I'm just going to grab the tab so we can sew it on. Taking our print A tab, we're just going to put that closed side on top with the back of the zipper facing the right side of the fabric, as you can see here, and we're going to sew across using a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I've sewn my seam and I've already pressed mine for this next step to make it easier to explain. But what you're going to do is you're going to open it up like this, flip over to the front of the zipper, and then you're going to fold that raw edge in by 1/2 inch and then back over to case the raw edge of the zipper so that it's nice and covered. You're then going to align your fold with your seam, so just past it so it covers it, and then you're going to sew across here close to the fold to secure it down. Now a little tip is you can actually sew a couple stitches here and a couple stitches over here close to the edge just to hold it down in place while you sew so it doesn't move. This here is what the tab looks like sewn. Next up, we're going to take our joined piece and our 2.5 by 9.5 piece of print A, and what we're going to do on the top 9.5 inch sides of both pieces is we're going to mark 1/2 inch in on both the left and right side. So I have this piece marked, and then I have this one marked, but I'll show you this one. So you're going to use a ruler and an erasable marking pen, and you're just going to mark 1/2 inch in from the edge. So just like that. And this is going to help us center our zipper on our pieces. Taking our joined piece and our zipper, we're going to start to secure the zipper to the fabric. So what we want to do is we want to center our zipper with the right side of the zipper facing the right side of the fabric in between our markings. But the thing is, this side we want to curve the zipper. So we're going to take this 1/2 here and we're going to align it parallel with this side and the marking, just like this. So the zipper teeth should be on the outside here, like this. And you're just going to sew across here close to the edge. And then I'll show you the next step once I do that. Now that it's sewn, you're going to take your zipper and you're going to bend it or curve it just like that. So you can see here, so that this 1/2 is now aligned with the edge. And you're just going to sew again on top close to the edge to hold that curve in place. Now there's different ways of doing this. I just like to do it this way because it helps to secure it in place before I sew the whole seam so that I know it won't move. Once that seam is sewn there to secure it, you're also going to do another seam over here to make sure the tab is also aligned with this marking, so just back and forth just to hold it in place. Now that our zipper is secure and center, we're going to flip over to this side, so the side with the fusible fleece, and we're just going to sew across here to attach the zipper using a 1/4 inch seam allowance and a zipper foot on our machine. With the zipper attached to one side like this, we're now going to attach one of our print C lining pieces. I have it here. We're going to align the top 9.5 inch edge with the top 9.5 inch edge here. So we're going to line that up with the right side of the fabric facing the back of the zipper and the joined piece here. And what we're going to do is we're going to sew across here using a 1/4 inch seam allowance, but we're going to sew on the side of the fusible fleece in line with the seam we just sewed, so right in line with that. Now that your zipper is attached to your lining, you're just going to open it up like this by bringing the wrong sides of your two fabrics together. You're then going to give it a good press on your fabric. Be careful with the heat of the iron not to go too close to the zipper so that it doesn't melt since it is plastic. You're then going to take your remaining 2.5 by 9.5 print A piece and you're going to align that top 9.5 inch edge with the markings with the zipper like so. This is so we can see what side needs the curved end of the zipper and what side needs the tab. So we're going to repeat the same process as before by opening our zipper, rotating this, and aligning the 1/2 parallel with the side here. We're going to sew a couple stitches like that. We'll curve our zipper once again, sew a couple more stitches to hold it in place, and then we'll flip this back over. It'll be easier now. And we'll align our tab with that marking and sew a couple stitches to hold that in place. I'll be right back when that's done. My zipper is now secured here and here. I'm now going to flip over to the side with the fusible fleece, and I'm just going to sew across here using a 1/4 inch seam allowance to secure everything together, making sure to still be using my zipper foot. With that sewn, we're going to flip back to the lining side, and we're going to take our last piece of print C lining, and we're going to place it on top with the 9.5 inch edges aligned. We're going to sew across here using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. The right side of the fabric should once again face the back of the zipper and the right side of your lining piece. And instead of sewing on this side, we're once again going to sew on this side in line with the seam we just sewed. Now that our zipper is fully attached, we're going to do the same thing by bringing the wrong sides of our two fabrics together, and we're going to give it a good press at the iron. Then what you're going to do is you're going to do a top stitch on both sides of the zipper. Now that the top stitch is done, it should look something like this on both sides. And now what you're going to do is you're going to open up the zipper slightly, so just like that, so when we turn it inside out later, it's already opened. You're going to bring the bottom side of the print A piece to the print B piece down here. You're going to align that edge, and then you're going to sew across using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now you can either press your seam open or again to one side like before. You should now have a tube like this for the exterior. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the lining together with right sides facing, and we're going to actually use our hand to press down that exterior. we're going to align our joining seams, so the print A with the print A and the print B with the print B on both sides. And if you'd like, you could actually do a couple of stitches here to hold it in place. And when bringing the lining together with right sides facing, you want to make sure that the zipper points in toward the lining, so just like this. And if you'd like to sew a couple stitches here and here to hold that in place, you definitely can. What we're going to do is we're going to bring that together, and then we're going to sew around starting here, go all the way around, leaving about a 2 to 3 inch opening here in the lining. Now the opening size is up to you. You can decide to leave a bigger opening or a smaller opening depending on what you're comfortable with. And once it's sewn all the way around using our 1/4 inch seam allowance, we're just going to use the opening in our lining to turn it inside out. And since we left our zipper open, this should be quite easy. Before you do that though, you do want to trim all of your strings, maybe give it a good lint roll to make sure there's nothing extra inside, and we'll turn it inside out. As you're turning it inside out, you may reach a point where it looks like this, where your corners are still stuffed inside. What you can do is grab a knitting needle or a point turner, I believe that's what it's called, to go inside and push those corners out so they're nice and sharp. Just like that. Once it's turned inside out, the last thing to do is to tuck the raw edges of your opening inside, give it a good press so that it's nice and flush, and either sew across with the sewing machine or by hand to secure the opening closed. Then you'll tuck your lining back inside, just give it a good press, and your Pen Pal pencil case is now complete. Thank you so much for watching this sewing tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed sewing one of these pencil cases. If you're looking for other projects similar to this one, feel free to check out my other videos here on my YouTube channel. You can also check out my Instagram where I post reels of things I'm currently sewing, so that could be some ideas. See you next time!